This video corresponds to Lesson 31 of Kittel and Hoffer's Introduction to Biblical Hebrew, focusing on the PL participle, the Hifil infinitive construct, and the Hifil of first yod verbs. Our first task for today is to learn the PL participle. We can start with the strong root. In order to learn the participle, the easiest way is to start with the prefix form. So in the third masculine singular prefix, we have yodaber. We have the prefix yod with a shva underneath. Then we have a doubled middle radical with a zere. Now the PL participle looks almost exactly the same, except we replace our initial yod with an initial mem. So instead of yodaber, we have mudaber. The shva, the double, and the zere are still the same. So yodaber in the prefix, mudaber in the participle. From there, we can fill in our chart of PL participles for the strong root. So our masculine singular participle, which we just learned, mudaber. The masculine plural, simply add the im ending, mudaberim. Notice that the zere is now a pretonic zere, so it reduces to a shva, mudaberim. Feminine singular, we just add our feminine singular ending, so we have mudabera. There is also a second form of the feminine singular PL participle, just as there was in the cow. This is the segillated form, mudaberet. Then our feminine plural, mudaberot. If you can get to the masculine singular participle, mudaber, the rest of them should follow fairly easily. The next thing to learn is the Hifil imperative of first yod roots. But before we do that, let's review the Hifil imperative of our strong root, pakad. So in the masculine singular, hafked. Remember, we have a patach here under our he. In the feminine singular, hafkidi. Masculine plural, hafkidu. And in the feminine plural, hafkedna. Remember, the marker of the imperative is that patach under the he. Now, in order to learn the forms of first yod roots, these particular roots are the ones that were original first vav. So remember, we have different types of first yod in Hebrew. Ones like yatav and yara, which are true first yod. And then the more common ones like yashav and yatsa, which are actually original first vav. Now, when we say first vav, what we mean is, in Hebrew, we have yashav, but in with a yod. But in Proto-Semitic, that yod would have been a vav, or probably a waw. So instead of yashav, in Proto-Semitic, washav. Now this comes into play in the forms of the Hifil. So let's start with the imperative. The Hifil imperative masculine singular of yashav is hoshev. Here you see that the yod of the root, yashav, has reverted to its Proto-Semitic vav. So we get hoshev. That O sound, the colon vav, is the yod of the root returned to its original vav. From there, we can work out the other forms as well. So hoshivi, hoshivu, hoshevna. So masculine Hifil imperative of yashav, hoshev, hoshivi, hoshivu, hoshevna. We can look at another example, yatsa. It is also original first vav. So hotze, hotzii, hotziu, hotzena. The same pattern holds true for the Hifil affix of original first vav verbs like yashav. So the Hifil affix pattern, hoshiv, hoshiva, hoshavta, hoshavt, hoshavti, hoshivu, hoshivu, hoshavtim, hoshavten, hoshavnu. The Hifel affix of yatsa is almost the same as yashav, but here you notice we have a first yod verb, which is also a third aleph, which changes the pattern just slightly. So hotzi, hotzia, these are both what you would anticipate. Then we have hotzeta, hotzeta. Notice here you have a tsere, rather than the A class of hoshavta, you have the E class hotzeta. You also have a spiranted affix. This is true of the affix in the cal affix as well. Same in the rest of the forms. So hotzet, here you have the tsere, and here you have the spiranted tav, and because of the spirant, it loses the vocal shva under the tav. Hotzet. Then hotzeti, hotziu, hotziu, hotzetem, hotzeten, hotzenu. Next, we can talk about the Hifel infinitive construct. You remember from the cal that the infinitive construct in the cal is the same as the imperative, code in each case. With the Hifel, we can also begin with the imperative, but they're slightly different. So the imperative of pakad, the strong root, is hafkade, as you know. The infinitive construct is hafkid. So here you have the tsere, hafkade, and the infinitive construct, you have the hirek yod, hafkid. Notice that the infinitive construct looks a lot like the affix, hifkid. The difference, of course, is the A class vowel versus the E class vowel. So imperative, hafkade, infinitive construct, hafkid, affix, hifkid. Now in the case of yashav, imperative, as we've just learned, is hoshev. Infinitive construct is hoshiv. So here you have the same change from the tsere to the hirek yod. Notice that the affix form of yashav is also hoshiv. So the infinitive construct and the affix of a first yod are exactly the same. We do the same thing for yatsa, so hotze, hotzi, and we have our tsere and our hirek yod, and then hotzi also in the affix form. All right, now our sentence for this lesson. Let's pronounce this. Hem hamadabrim el paro melech Mitzrayim lahotzi et bnei Yisrael mi Mitzrayim. Hem hamadabrim el paro melech Mitzrayim lahotzi et bnei Yisrael mi Mitzrayim. Okay, so we've got a couple of verbal forms. The first is ha-medabrim, so let's parse. Start with the root, which is fairly clear here, which is davar. Special features, you notice here we have a he with a patak and a double. This is the definite article. And we only have one verb form that can take the definite article, and that is the participle. The stem, if you look here, we have the shva under the mem. We have a double in the second root radical. So this is clearly a PL. The mem, of course, as we've learned in this lesson, indicates the participle. So this is the PL participle of davar. The person, gender, number is given by the ending. So the im ending is masculine plural. So PL participle of davar, masculine plural, plus a definite article, and it means the ones speaking or the ones telling, something like that. Now we have a second verbal form here, lehotzi. So we can parse lehotzi. First we can look for the stem. Notice that we have a he, performative, and we have an infixed hirek yod between the second and third radical. So these are both indicators of the hifel. The root, of course, we can explain with this vav. So this is a first yod, original first vav root, yatsa. The form here, notice that we have a lamed prefix to this form. So the only verbal form that takes the lamed is the infinitive construct. So here we have Hifel infinitive construct of yatsa. The special feature is the lamed prefix. Notice that if that lamed were not there, hotzi could be either infinitive construct or, as we just saw, it could be the affix third masculine singular form. This is the infinitive construct, which is undeclined, so it's person, gender, number are blank. This means hifil of yatsa, to go out, means to send out or something like that. So to send out. Well, most of the rest of the words in the sentence are quite familiar to us. The very first word, hem, this is the independent personal pronoun, third masculine singular, meaning they. Sometimes we see this as hema, but sometimes as hem, so it means they. Now the rest of this verse, I believe we should be able to translate. So hem ha-medaberim, they are the ones who are saying or speaking or telling El Paro, to Pharaoh, Melech Mitzrayim, the king of Egypt, to send out, lehotzi, et b'nei Israel, the sons of Israel, mi Mitzrayim, this is min plus Mitzrayim, so from Egypt. So translation, they are the ones who are telling Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to send out the sons of Israel from Egypt. So very nice job. For next class, do the assignments in Kittel and Hoffer, and I will see you then.